All right. All right. We welcome to the first episode of The Current. We are a Chattanooga-based podcast that me and David Rolano are starting up to try to focus on highlighting all of the creative outlets in Chattanooga. And this is our first guest, Steven Disbrow, who's founder Improv Chattanooga, author Improv Your Key to the Multiverse, and founder Improv Nomad.
Right.
Yes. Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself.
My name's Steven Disbrow. I go by Diz a lot of the time. Yes, I was co-founder of Improv Chattanooga. I'm no longer with Improv Chattanooga, but I'm currently doing stuff under the name Improv Nomad and Rough Draft Improv. I teach improv around the South and hopefully soon other parts of the world. Been involved in the arts community here for quite a while, and I'm just very flattered that you asked me to talk.
That's awesome. Yeah, I run into people all the time that have told me that they've taken classes under you and stuff.
Okay,
So
very cool. Yeah,
it's been pretty fun asking around. What made you fall in love with improv?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I had done some scripted stuff, and back in 2002, I fell in with a gentleman named Kevin Bartolomucci, who has since left us for Tunnel Hill. He's still alive somehow.
Okay.
He doesn't perform anymore, but he's still out there. We did a play together on Signal Mountain. A fundraiser for the MAC, the Mountain Arts Community Center, which a great organization you should definitely support if you're anywhere near Signal Mountain.
Okay.
So we did a fundraiser, and after that was over, he asked me if I wanted to try improv, and I said, sure. I'd seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, like a lot of people. It was on PBS at the time, like most good things are.
Yes.
And really just loved it. And I was one of the few people that could keep up with Kevin.
Yeah.
So he and I sort of founded a production company called First Draft Productions, and we started, I guess, in 2014. Barking Legs, another great local organization, said, why don't you guys teach classes here? And so we started teaching classes, and I think we taught maybe 50 classes so far. So a couple hundred people locally that have taken classes from me, and teaching is one of the best things about improv. It's really cool to get somebody come in, and 8 weeks later, they know nothing about improv. They don't know how to do it or any of that stuff. And 8 weeks later, you put them on stage for a showcase show for their friends and family, and they just kill. And I've had many people come off the stage for that showcase and say, that is the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
I want to do it again.
Yeah.
And improv's just fun. We're doing it now.
Yes, we are. I'm doing a lot of improv. Who would you say your biggest influence is?
Comedy influence, definitely Steve Martin. Grew up with the Wild and Crazy Guy.
Yes.
Carlin Kinnison, Rodney Dangerfield, Don Rickles, which probably not. I'm original Gen X. I'm like exactly at the border of Gen X. So those were my comedians growing up. People now. Is it Josh Johnson? The fellow who's on The Daily Show. Jon Stewart, obviously.
Okay, Jon Stewart, yeah.
As far as improv influences go, Colin Mockery, Wayne Brady, the folks on Whose Line. There's some really, really good improvisers in the UK. Katie Tranter is somebody that I've worked with remotely. I've done a lot of online improv because of the pandemic. She's really wonderful. Sarah Davies, she's fantastic. People you probably never heard of. There's famous like Steve Martin, then there's improv famous like Colin Mockery, and there's not a lot of in between.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult for improvisers to get famous.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Although most actors that you like have done improv.
Oh yeah.
And that's part of the toolkit that they have. It's a very big tool in their toolkit. So it's very important to the acting community, and yeah.
Yeah, I love how, that's one thing I love about like acting and everything. You find out so many, all of a sudden you'll find out, oh, this guy's done Broadway.
Yeah.
You're like, had no idea.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny just how multi-talented everybody is. What's your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge is getting people to take improv seriously, because I don't know if you've noticed out there, listener, viewer, but if you watch other media with an eye towards how does improv figure into this, improv typically is the butt of a lot of jokes. It's the target of a lot of violence and negativity. Recently, right before, I don't know how political you want this podcast to be, but recently, there's been a lot of ice storms and things like that, as we say. And there was a meme going around, if you send ice to LA, we will fight you. If you send ice to Chicago, we will fight you. If you send ice to Portland, we will make you watch improv for 3 weeks. Like that's a punishment.
Oh my gosh.
So, and also like there's an episode of the animated series Harley Quinn where Harley Quinn murders a bunch of security guards and they turn out to be the Gotham improv troupe.
Oh wow.
So, there's a lot of negativity about improv when it's the foundation of pretty much all the performance that you see. And I think it deserves a lot more respect. And I could talk about that for an hour. So.
Okay, well, what are you most proud of?
The creation of Improv Chattanooga. Kevin and I created Improv Chattanooga. Turned it into a nonprofit a couple years ago, right before I left. And it still continues to this day, and you should check them out. They're playing all over the city, and I know they still teach classes. And that's that was the idea a couple years ago after Kevin left. He moved away, and I thought, well, I'm getting older. How can I make sure this keeps going? Because I did see the difference that it made in a lot of people's lives that came in through as students, and I thought, well, I need to make sure it continues after me because I'm not getting younger.
Yeah.
And so turned it into a nonprofit, and it continues to this day.
Okay.
So I'm very proud of that.
Cool. What's your creative process like?
I get a gig, and then I think about the gig, and then I realize the gig is a week away, and then I put stuff together for the gig. Now, that's only kind of joking. In February, I'm going to be doing 5 improv shows for Chattanooga, which is local science fiction convention. 4 of them are going to be regular improv shows, kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? And the 5th one is going to be an improv Dungeons and Dragons type show. It's a special format that I created last year for Chattanooga. It's called Questers and Jesters. And so it was the highest rated and most popular thing at Chattanooga last year. So they expanded it from an hour to an hour and a half, and they're putting us in the big room. So I've got to make it even bigger. I've got to write a new adventure.
Yeah.
I've got to find more actors. But the whole point of this one is to get the audience involved. So I've got big dice that the audience can roll. I've got costume pieces that we can call up audience members to play monsters, non-player characters.
That's cool.
And just really get the audience involved. And I've got, last year we let kids roll the dice for attacks and things like that. Really, really fun. And it's just, so I've got, my creative process on that is, it's 5 months from now. I need to get moving.
Yeah.
So, yeah. A lot of panic.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know who it was, but it was some famous writer that said, I love deadlines. I love the sound they make as they whiz by my ears. So it's kind of like that.
I don't know. I think sometimes waiting last minute gets me I need to actually do something now.
Panic is a huge part of the creative process, whether you're doing scripted stuff or improv or whatever.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay, how do you balance your creative side with the business side?
Well, it's interesting because in improv, you're told to say yes a lot, so you expect a lot of positivity. But in the business side, the reality is you get no's more than you get yeses. So you go out and you pitch a show, or you pitch I would like to host your event. I also do MC work. So like if you've got like a conference or something coming up, I will MC your event. I spend a lot of time hosting shows and that sort of stuff, but you get a lot of no's. And so you just have to set aside, in a 40-hour work week, I set aside either one day a week or a couple of hours every day of the week to be hustling, looking for gigs. And then other than that, then you're looking for just trying to figure out what the next gig is. And I'm a computer programmer by trade, so that's my day job.
Yeah.
So when I say set aside some hours, it's like I set aside like 5 hours a week to look for improv gigs, look for hosting gigs, look for MC gigs, that sort of thing. And you just have to set a clock and stick to it.
Okay. What would you say you're most passionate about outside of improv?
My kids. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I said that. My kids, yes, children, you, yes, you, Logan, Maya, Benjamin, yes. Fixing up my house, my house. I've got a YouTube series called This Effing House,
yes.
which I can't use, which explores the scam that is home ownership. So I haven't done a lot with that, but I've got scripts and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen your video about edging.
Yes, edging
the house.
Edging
that was
with the
really
house.
fun.
Yes. It's about painting, obviously, and nothing else. Yeah, I like trying to be creative. I like comic books. I'm a big comic book nerd. The Simpsons. In improv, when we teach a class, we say play at the height of your intelligence. So if you're a comic book nerd, I want you to bring that comic book stuff to the stage. If you're a Simpsons nerd, I want you to bring that Simpsons stuff to the stage. And just really, I like to walk. I had to lose some weight a couple of years back after a medical diagnosis that said I had to lose some weight. So I walk a lot. I've got some dogs. I take them walking, but mostly it's probably the kids.
Okay.
Winking at the camera.
I love how the comic book stuff that made me think of the author improv of Your Key to the Multiverse.
Oh yeah, I wrote a.
Definitely brought that out in there.
I wrote a book during the pandemic. I was like everybody else. I was bored.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll write a little book about improv. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and so I took the introductory course that we teach and I condensed it down into a little book. And the format of the book was the special thing. Not that the content wasn't great. Content was great, but the format of the book. If you're familiar with Chick Tracts,
no.
Okay, so there was this. I'll say it. He's a lunatic named Jack Chick.
Okay.
Super religious, and he used to do these little books about how we're all going to hell because we don't believe exactly the same Christianity he believes in. And so you get if you go to chicktract.org, I think, or Chick Tract, or if you just look up Chick Tract on the internet, and if you're easily offended or you're triggered, I don't advise you to do this, because anything you enjoy in life, according to this man, is a sin, and he wrote a little illustrated book about it.
Oh wow.
About how it's going to send you to hell. One of the ones that he did was about Dungeons and Dragons. And so during the pandemic, there was a guy, Joey Royale, who did a Kickstarter, which was a Chick Tract with a complete set of Dungeons and Dragons rules in it. So you could get, it's sort of full circle. You could play Dungeons and Dragons using rules from a Chick Tract, and it would, send you to hell, I guess.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that would be great if I did a Chick Tract of improv. And so it's this little tiny 3-inch high by 5-inch wide book, lit, 21 pages, all the rules you need for improv, and you can leave them in bathrooms all over the city, which I did.
I could see you doing that.
Yeah. So I mean, and the idea, like a Chick Tract, has got a big space on the back where a church can order like 1,000 of them and stamp their information on it.
Yeah.
And then they can leave them around at places where people sin, like restaurants and churches that don't believe the same things they do and things like that. And so, to bring people to church. So I put a space on mine so a local improv theater could put their information on there and say, come find out more, come see a show.
Okay.
And so improv, if you're an improviser or an improv theater and you'd like to get some copies, let me know.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what do you have coming up in the future that you're like super excited about?
Well, there's the Chattanooga shows.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that because again, it was super popular, super fun. Really looking forward to bringing that back to Chattanooga in February. I don't remember the dates exactly, but it's mid-February, I think.
Okay.
And other than that, I've got a class that I've got called How to Host an Improv Show, which is a class for improvisers that want to up their hosting skills, their MC skills, and I'm teaching that at festivals around the area or around the country, ideally. So I'm submitting to a lot of festivals, trying to get that out there, and I just did that at the Orlando Comedy Festival in Orlando, Florida. Did a bunch of shows during that festival. That was a blast. And yeah, I'm just looking to travel and play.
Okay, cool. Well, if anyone wants to like follow you and all that, how do we do that?
Oh, good Lord. Let's see. On Facebook, just look for Steven Disbrow, Disbrow. I'm sure it'll be in the link in the description of the podcast, right? Okay. Twitter, I'm not on so much anymore, other than for like when I feel like killing myself. I'm sorry, unaliving myself.
Sorry,
I know you kids
X.
can't handle.
It's gotta be X now.
Okay, you can beep that, right? I know you said you didn't want to do a lot of editing, David, but you can just beep that. So, yeah. So I'm not on X that much. I'm not on Blue Sky. I hate Instagram, but I'm on there. Like Steven Diz 3000. Just look for Steven Diz or Steven Diz 3000, and I'm pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
I thought, why should Andre have all the fun? So,
there we go.
Andre 3000. So.
Awesome. Well, I think that should be good.
What are you up to?
What am I up to? I'm up to this.
You're up to this? Well, this is a great idea.
Thanks.
David, I mean, kudos to you guys for doing this.
Thank
this
you.
is a really good idea. This is something that Chattanooga's probably needed for a while.
I have high hopes for it. I really had a goof off idea with just me just sitting out here being my goofy self. But then when I was running it by David, because I actually get advice from him for a few things, I ran it by him and he's just like, Sheena, I have everything you need for a podcast.
Yeah.
I want in. So like, okay.
Except the studio.
Yes. But this is perfect.
This is really nice.
We've got Clyde Stubblefield in the background.
Where are we exactly? I know where we are, but tell the listener.
This is Cooper's Alley. It is behind Cherry Street Tavern.
Right.
Marty Bohannon is kind enough to tell me I could use this for this, and I really wanted, especially for the music segments, Clyde Stubblefield in the background. He had a huge part in making James Brown famous, so. And he's from Chattanooga, so I feel like that's a pretty little iconic spot, and it's the only real tribute in Chattanooga to him, which needs to change, I think.
Yeah, I have thoughts on that, but we won't necessarily get into those.
Okay.
This has been a great interview. I don't want to air that particular bit of. I have thoughts about the city and how it treats the arts and that sort of stuff, and I think everybody knows about the hierarchy of the arts in this city. So hopefully you can expose some of the stuff that's a little more underappreciated. Yeah,
hopefully we can get some more support going, and people want to come out to stuff more and all that good stuff. I really think Chattanooga needed something like this, and just me. Yeah. Having to get past my insecurities to do it is going to be fun.
Well, you're doing a great job. This was fun.
Thank you.
Are we done?